Hello, I'm Natasha Tracy, and this is Breaking Bipolar for HealthyPlace.com. Recently, I wrote about how stress can lead to self-harm. It's typically stressors build up over and over in our lives. Maybe we don't have the best way of dealing with it, and then we find that we're in a self-harm scenario. But what is in between the stress and the self-harm? Well, typically it's anxiety. Stress tends to build up anxiety, and then it's actually the anxiety that builds up to self-harm. Now, in my particular case, last week was a particularly anxious week for me because of some things that happened online as well as some things that happened in my real life, and I was feeling a lot of anxiety. In the case of some work I did on HealthyPlace, there was a controversy, and some people really didn't like what I had to say, and they expressed that in no uncertain terms. Some people wrote into my editor and said that they weren't happy with what I had to say. Some of the attacks were personal. So for me, that was fairly stressful. That's the kind of stress that leads to anxiety. And when I look at my anxiety over that situation, it actually stems from multiple things. But one of the things it stems from is the fact that no matter how much of an adult I am, no matter what age I am, or how in tune with the universe I am, I still don't like it when people are mad at me. I still don't feel comfortable when other people are yelling or saying nasty things. No matter what, that seems to bother me. I realize, of course, that I'm a public figure. Everyone who reads my work has an opinion. Some of those opinions are not going to be flattering, and sometimes the things that people say to me are not going to be very nice. That's okay. That's just what happens online. Certainly, you have to accept that if you're going to be in the public at all. But nevertheless, when there's a concerted effort and people are unhappy, it does affect me. So the important thing for me to remember then is something that they say in AA, which is other people's opinion of me is not my business. And really it isn't. It just so happens I'm in a job position where people are going to tell me. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to take it on as a piece of who I am. All they're responding to is a piece of writing. People don't know me, people don't know who I am. They're just responding to some words on a piece of paper that they view through their own personal lens. Nothing more, nothing less. Understanding that relieves that anxiety, reduces the stress, and then makes a scenario like a self-harm scenario a lot less likely for me. Thanks very much. I'm Natasha Tracy for Breaking Bipolar.